very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The depletion of fossil fuel and global warming is becoming a very serious issue nowadays. According to the Time magazine article, although many economists argue that it will be difficult and expensive to find an alternative to oil and coal, and that we should delay the transition for as long as possible, the position is based on technological permission that seems out of place today. The first automobiles and computers were difficult to use and expensive, but the pioneers preserved the main improvement and ultimately triumphed in the marketplace. A new way of harnessing energy should be done. So, our young generation will be the ones that with new world of energy, you are open to think a way for harness a new energy. So, what are you suggesting?
Sir, before I share the suggestion on the best method to solve the problem, I would like to explain how action of this community in our area contributing to this problem. About the fossil fuel depletion, there is a lot of car in the road nowadays. The emission of the CO2 is increasingly very fast nowadays, and this is leading to the global warming. So the temperature nowadays is getting higher and higher from day to day. For the depletion of fossil fuel, since we know that fossil fuel is one of the non-renewable energy that generates electricity, so I think the main cause is the waste of electricity. Because students nowadays, even the citizen, even when they are going to go somewhere, going out from their house, they do not switch off the light and fan. So the more the utilization of electricity, the more amount of electricity generated, and the faster the fossil fuel depletion.
We've all seen those creaky old windmills on farms, and although they may seem about as low-tech as you can get, those old windmills are the predecessors for new modern wind turbines that generate electricity. The same wind that used to pump water for cattle is now turning giant wind turbines to power cities and homes. Okay, have a look at this wind farm in the California desert. A hot desert next to tall mountains, an ideal place for a lot of wind. Here's another one on the windy prairies of Wyoming. Now, today's wind turbines are much more complicated machines than the old prairie windmills, but the principle is the same. Both capture the wind's energy. Okay, here's how it works. First, a wind turbine blade works sort of like an airplane wing. Blowing air passes around both sides of the blade. The shape of the blade causes the air pressure to be uneven, higher on one side of the blade and lower on the other. And that's what makes it spin. The uneven pressure causes the blades to spin around the center of the turbine. On the top, there's a weather vane that's connected to a computer to keep the turbine turned into the wind so it captures the most energy. Now the blades are attached to a shaft which only turns about 18 revolutions a minute, and that's not nearly fast enough to generate electricity by itself. So, the rotor shaft spins a series of gears that increase the rotation up to about 1,800 revolutions per minute. And at that speed, the generator can produce a lot of electricity. So, why are wind turbines so tall? Well, the higher up you go, the windier it is. More wind naturally means more electricity. And in many cases, larger turbines can also capture wind energy more efficiently. The blades can sweep a circle in the sky as long as a football field. Now, what's really cool is that even a small wind farm, like this one in Wyoming, can generate enough electricity to power more than 9,000 homes. And larger farms can provide much more clean energy for our homes and businesses.
understand there's a lot of Panasonic business solutions introduced at this Starbucks. Can you give an explanation of what is featured here?
All right. Basically, in line with Starbucks' eco and environmental initiatives in this Penang Island, Panasonic, as a strategic partner, is in charge in providing the integration and customization proposal of Eco Solutions product. Why not take a trip? I'll show to you what
Okay.
are the products around.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Basically, as you can see, installed on the roof here is a 5 kilowatt peak solar system.
5
The-
kilowatt peak
Yeah.
system.
The modules that we utilize are HIP, high efficiency solar panels. If you compare with the standard solar panels, these solar panels are higher efficiency in the sense that, especially during hot weather,
Such
or-
as today?
such as today, obviously. For a standard solar panel, when the surface temperature is very high, the efficiency of the solar will actually drop. But for the case of HIT solar panels, it won't be affected so much by the high temperature of the surface.
How much energy is actually saved or well generated
Basically,
and
we have
saved?
done some data collection and it
Yes.
has proven that we are able to generate electricity of 8.5 megawatt hour per annum based on this particular system size. So after installing this particular system, this store actually generates clean energy.